Hey folks, there were two new major skips found recently for the X-Men 2 speedrun. In this video, I'll briefly explain how to perform them. The skips are built upon a glitch that Cypherin ran into during his stream, and my primary collaborator in finding applications for it was Bacon Omelette. Much of what I present in this video came in part or fully from his research. First up is Fortress 2. Play the level as normal up until you reach this point. Ideally you get here with full health. Instead of going right, we're going to go left. Get hit out of one of Nightcrawler's downward aerials, stick to the ceiling, round the corner and tap down a few times until Nightcrawler's hand sticks out. Punch the mini-tusk, double jump and stick to the ceiling again, press jump to release from the ceiling and fall through floors. Hold down to duck if you need to avoid the spike pillars. Teleport downward at the end to get through the larger wall and exit the level. Okay, what the heck? Why did that work? Our first step was to store a pogo by getting hit out of an attack that normally pogos. Once a pogo is stored, any attack you land without your feet planted on the ground will result in a pogo. For example, neutral kick or teleport. If you perform another downward aerial, you will lose a stored pogo, whether you land a hit or not, so be careful. What we didn't know until recently is that you can also pogo from a wall cling. This leads to some weird results. The game refuses to let you land on the ground. It treats you like you're still falling. You can't double jump. Aside from the upward kick, you can only kick one time, and you can only teleport once. If you punch while upside down instead, you end up in a similar state. And if you take a hit, you'll turn right side up. Notice the large shift in position when you get hit. This can be used to pass through some barriers. Aside from that though, we haven't found useful applications for being stuck like this yet. Both variations can be cancelled by clinging to a wall. However, in the brief window after an upside-down wall pogo, you can cling to the ceiling and you end up like this. This inverted ceiling cling is the key to the skip. If you then release the ceiling by pressing jump, you will pass through floors and walk on the ceiling. If you get hit, you'll be knocked out of this state, so be careful. Here's the old speedrun path through the level. Here's what it looks like with the skip. This cuts out what used to be one of the more challenging parts of the speedrun. A few quick notes before we move on. You can store a pogo from a spike pillar instead, which is much easier to do since you don't risk killing the mini-tusk on accident. However, the pillars do 3 units of damage instead of 1. If you don't heal that before the end of the level, you'll lose some time on the apocalypse fight coming up next. You can grab some health over here, but it's kind of tough and very risky. The double jump after the punch isn't required, but I find it easier. You can also save a few seconds by falling to the left here, but it's easy to take a hit on accident. Okay, let's check out the second skip in Phalanx 4. This one was found by Bacon and is super interesting. The setup is exactly the same. Store a pogo, line up on the wall, pogo, inverted ceiling cling, then start dropping. Once you're off screen, run all the way to the right, teleport once without holding the D-pad, then hold right and jump until you exit the level. Let me explain why this skip is so cool. Normally this level is made up of 5 small rooms, each separated by a falling section, as we saw at the start of the level. Each room is packed with enemies, so is often dangerous and laggy. To make it worse, you also need to exit the level with yellow health, to avoid a huge time loss at the start of the next level. Instead of all that, we only have to do a single falling section and part of a single room. Same question as before. Why did that work? All of the level sections are on the same map, so once we're out of bounds, we can make our way to the exit. Bacon unlocked the camera to demonstrate this. Pretty cool. Some variations exist for this skip as well. Although a bit slower, you can also store a pogo here. Sometimes working with this phalanx enemy can be a pain. You may prefer using a small brood to trigger the wall pogo. Clear a path, then lure one over. The first in line moves slower and is easier to work with. There's a backup brood, but it moves much quicker and it may be tough to get into position in time. If you took too much damage while setting up the skip, there's some backup health you can pick up. This was discovered by another top runner, Gudusir. After you fall off screen, run to the left until you hit a wall, teleport in place, run slightly left, run right until you hit another wall, then press and hold jump and you should get a 3-unit heal. After that, one more neutral teleport, then run all the way to the right before jumping to the exit. This can save your run. I highly recommend practicing this. Alright, that covers the applications we have so far. There may still be more we can do with this, but we need more time with it and more eyes on it. You can set this up in several other levels, though it hasn't yet led to more time save. If anything major is discovered, I'll plan to post another update. Alright, thanks for watching all. Let me know if you have any questions on it.